Welcome to another Demarcation Media live stream. Today we have a bit of a different live stream, and this is one that I've been wanting to do for a long while actually, but this computer back behind me could not handle it. So I had to wait till I upgraded my computer to be able to do this. And what we're going to be doing is I have Ghosts of Onyx here. Great book. If you haven't read it, highly recommend you do. And I'm going to be using Mega to recreate this cover. I've done 3 so far. I did First Strike, which you can see I'm kind of reusing my cover template here. So I did that one. I did Fall of Reach, and I did... What was the last one? I have it on my Instagram. Let me go and look real quick. But yeah, I'm trying to work my way through basically all of the Halo book covers, but redone in Mega form. Oh yes, I did the Flood. I did the Flood as well. So, we're next on to Ghosts of Onyx. Now, I have a bit of an advantage here because I actually have some of the canceled, Mirage / SPI figures. So, I'm going to be putting them to good use. Wait, did I start the music? Here we go. We need some Halo tunes while editing here. If it gets too loud, by the way, please let me know. Who do we got? I've got the phone here to read the chat. Henry Customs, Asim Meep 02V, Unboxing Bro 2011, Crimstal, User Scourgatron, welcome. Jackson Holditch, welcome. Unboxing Bro, my day has been quite good. How's yours? So the first thing we're going to do, I'll try to talk through this a little bit. The first thing we're going to do is go here and grab the photos I shot. So this is a compositing heavy photo. Now, it's a little... There's definitely more pressure trying to edit this way because this is a creating process. I have to figure this out as I go. And we'll see how it turns out. So we're going to go ahead and bring in this shot. Now, I have the cover here. I'm going to be referencing it quite a bit. But bring that up. No, I don't really want to bring the shadows up because we actually want the shadows. You know what? Let me grab... cover. Let me see if I can grab a shot real quick so I can show you guys what I'm trying to do. I should have done this beforehand. I didn't think about it, but oh well. I don't... All of these are so small, it might not be very helpful. I want like a large one. Is there not a large Ghosts of Onyx cover anywhere? I know you guys can't see this. Did I get any new Yankee Marines? I unfortunately have not gotten any new Yankee Marines. Although, to be honest, I'm pretty happy with the amount that I have. So I'm not too sad about it. I have shot some photos with my Marines though that I need to edit. All right, so we've got our one Spartan. Now let me add image. Okay. Oh, it's big. That's really, really big. That's too big. Quick question. You ordered a mammoth and it's still sealed? I mean, that would be a absolutely sick build. Here, I'll put this over here. You won't be able to see my layers, but this will at least show you guys what I'm trying to go for. You'll have a reference image as we go. Is it worth still collecting Mega? Well, depends on what you mean by still collecting Mega. Because you can still like buy it off and on and still enjoy it. Oh, let's not do it on there. On white. I think on white's what I want. Yeah, I mean, I think in some ways it's still worth getting Mega, but I also say maybe don't try and collect it like nonstop, if that makes sense. Select it. Oh, okay. We're gonna undo that. So I'm trying to cut my subject out here. What is it? W? Yes. Cloud. Select subject. Your voice is shot. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's hard to find any like deals or anything like any. I tried buying this guy's whole collection because he was like, oh, yeah, I need to sell this. I've got some good stuff. And I was like, all right, cool. There's a few things that I've really been after. And it turned out to be trash. Like, all of it. And it was my bad for not asking for better photos. But I thought that was going to work fine. We're definitely going to have to mess with the title here, obviously, because it says First Strike. So I'm just going to take that off for the moment. Ghosts of Onyx is going to be a bit difficult to remake, I think. I'm getting an ad on my own stream. Brute Domination. You're the reason I started painting brutes. Nice! You have a budget of 500. Ooh. Well, if you don't have the red rocket, I would definitely recommend picking up a red rocket. But also, if you don't have a Halo 2 pack, definitely recommend that. Because you can get a lot of Mega for 500 if you're smart with what you buy. Oh, come on, Photoshop. That's not where I wanted to end, and you know it. Maybe I'll do smaller stuff. I'm actually listening to the same music mix that's playing in the stream right now. How does that sound, by the way, guys? Is that good sound levels? Oh, I need to actually click on the right thing. Okay. Rasterize. Music is fine. All right, good. It is Halo music, so I don't know. I just grabbed a mix somebody made off of YouTube because it was long enough. All right, so now we've got a pretty darn clean cut. I have to say, I'm not a fan of AI and stuff, but the algorithms for cutting stuff out have gotten so much better, and it makes editing so much more fun. Now, we need our SPI dude. Kurt. We need our Kurt version. I think I like this one the best. We're going to place this. Yeah. Getting the light... This cover has such weird lighting, so I'm definitely going to have to do some interesting stuff with finagling the lighting to be correct. Just got the updated War for Cybertron Studio Series Optimus. Interesting. Which blockies Transformers figure do you really recommend? Well, if you want just one... Oh, he's not visible. But the Action Edition Optimus, the new one, the Transformers 1. Perfect. Such a perfect figure. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's so good. So easy. It used to be so much harder to get this stuff right. Oh, white? Oh, is it showing the... Interesting. What? Oh, that's weird. Okay. Should you buy more blockies? I mean, I'm kind of biased, but I think that If you like the stuff Blockies is making, then yes. Alright, so... then we need our last. It's a little difficult to translate this cover into Mega form, primarily because the Mega figures and the actual, like, human-shaped normal, the Spartans, they don't take up the same space, if that makes sense. Bring the shadows up a little bit. Highlights up a little bit. Bring that up a little bit. Okay. Unboxing, bro. You don't have much time to view. Well, thank you for stopping by. We'll probably still be here in a couple hours, but if you can't make it back, thank you for popping in. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And the replay will always be here if you want to come back and see how the process went. It's such a good cutout. It doesn't even take that much. All right, we've got all of our figures here. I'm gonna trim this off. Rasterize. Okay. So, am I making 3D printer toys? No, this is not... No. This is we're making composited photography stuff here. Why is this still so big? I want the little box to be smaller. Okay, so we've got this. Now, what is this? This is Linda, isn't it? Linda needs to take up, like, this much. Also, wait, hang on. I'm going to need the... what is that? Halo reclaimer symbol? No, this is not the reclaimer symbol. This is the domain symbol. Yes. Yes. Save image as. I forgot to grab this. I wasn't sure if I was going to add it or not. But oh, whoops. Oh, look at that. That's actually pretty ideal. So this needs to go here, but what we need to do is we've got to invert this hue saturation. Well, it's black. Yeah, okay. We need it to be like a light gray, light blue gray. Now, will the paint tool just do this? Sometimes this is a bit clumsy. Oh, okay. It's going to be in the background and kind of faded. Actually, I might need to just make it more translucent. I think the symbol is slightly different, but that's close enough. And then we're going to have Eric Nyland's name down over here. I think the blue brutes from the Gungoose Gambit would work for Covenant brutes. I mean, I have a lot of them, so I just kind of use them whenever I need brutes. So I personally think it works decently well. So, I don't know. That's my opinion. I think they work pretty well. Okay, so we're going to have to put the Mega Edition somewhere else. Probably down here. Maybe. And then we're going to resize Kurt here. He's going to be like here. Oh, I should have grabbed a picture. I might actually have to go shoot this really quick. I should have grabbed a picture of... Oops. Of some... Mega, like, leaves and stuff. Okay, I think that's generally correct positioning-wise. Henry Customs, thank you. Now, could I just pull... Hang on. Maybe I could just pull some... Oh, it doesn't show my place embedded pop-ups. Interesting. Could I just pull a mega little leafage from another photo, perhaps? Because I use them a lot. Okay, let's see. Let's see about this. So we've got this picture here. And we've got this purple, this little purple leaf here. Oh, that's fairly clean. So no, we don't need that. Now what we do need to do though is, this is a little messy. This also doesn't need to be perfect because it's going to be heavily modified. I might have to go grab more later, but we're going to try to work with this. So get rid of that. We don't need this stuff in between these fern leaves. Okay. Deselect. We don't need that. Henry Customs, thank you for stopping by. Have a great rest of your day. Okay, I wanted this because we actually do have some greenery kind of coming in front of Kurt's leg. So, I guess we need to clean out the junk here. There is one small problem. You know, the fact that it's purple. But, for those of you who may not know Photoshop, this actually should be pretty easy to remedy. Also, just in case you guys are wondering, this will probably be a longer stream, so feel free to like pop in and out. You can always come back and check on the progress. Because this is not always the most like hyper thrilling thing to watch. It's not like gameplay. Alright, so we got that. Now, let's get the color to be... Okay. Now it's green. We want the green to be different, though. That's a very plasticky green. So, greens. Okay, yellow it a little bit. Luminance. Dehaze. Oh, there we go, like that. That's getting there. Saturation. Oh, yes. There we go. This isn't gameplay, it's Photoshop play. Alright. So cool, we've got that. So we're going to be using this little bit a lot. I should probably rename it Bush 2. Rename my layers before I get too far along on things and forget where everything is. Alright, so horizontal flip. We definitely have some greenery and stuff in the background. Like that. Now, it might help if I do a bit of real backgrounding here. So, that's obviously not what we want. But, I do think we can use a gradient to make this what we want. We need it to be green. I might just have to make this manually. So let's get a nice dark yellowy green. We did a Bible study thing for tonight's Bible video, but you felt like you rambled too much. Easy to do. Oh, this color is actually pretty close to correct. Now, we will need... Wait, where did that other little rectangle come from? We will need some other spots here because the way this is, all the light kind of narrows to a specific point. Like so. And we'll try a gradient tool. The gradient might not do it. I might need an eraser. You excited for the updated Shockwave? Singularity. I did know Shockwave did that. Hey, stop action. Welcome. Yeah, the updated Shockwave looks great. Also, so does updated Megatron, in my opinion. Well, actually, you know what? The gradient tool might have been the way to go. I just need to mess with it a little bit more. Whew. We do want it to be more gradual. Like this. And then we're going to stretch it more here. Something like that. Same deal over on this side. Oh, whoops. That's the mask, not the... Okay, can you... Yes, yes, yes. Excellent. That's what I wanted. Cool. We'll do that. Well, let's see. What if we perspective it a little bit? Yeah. Like that. Perspective this side a little bit. Actually, I think I need a perspective this one the other direction, given the way that the light is going in the shot. Okay. And then we've also got this. Okay. We're getting somewhere here. We're getting somewhere. Oh, I did realize it's very... So the cover I just put on, the background looks very blue. Actually, looking at the print version, it's a very green. It's very green. Hey, default NPC, welcome. So now comes the tricky part, because now we have to fill in everything. So we've got, like, there's like kind of a light patch. This is like the ground, basically. You can't see it very well on the art, but yeah, that'll work for now. Jetwing Blockies converted you to being a Jetwing Optimus liker. Okay, so we need to add some texture to things. So we've got, let's clipping mask this. there's some texture, but hey, this might do the trick. Ooh, ODST is playing. At least for me, I don't know what's playing on the mix for you guys right now. Okay, let's try hue and saturationing this. Okay, that's decent. That's very decent. The shadows need to be brightened up a bit, though. Okay. Okay. Gonna beef up that bush a little bit. Oh no, it's flat. Okay. That's fine. That's actually, I think it's actually very fine. Okay, there's that. And we'll just do a tad bit of erasing here. Oh yeah, there we go. Merge layers. Save. Save early, save often, and you won't lose your work. I think the regular Defender version Galvatron is any good. I do think the regular one is good in terms of it has a more cartoon design. The metallic kind of removes the cartoon feel of things, if that makes sense. So I think it's useful in that regard. I do have one coming, so because I wanted to get all of them. All right, we're gonna start adding some trees. Before only elevated, more so. Oh, you won him. That's an even better way to get him. Cloud. Select subject. Select and mask. Yeah, I think that's correct. Put it on a layer mask. Boom. So this is... Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong there. Okay. This is going to be what we make the background out of. Tree 1. I'm going to squish it a bit. I'm going to stick it back here because we got one that goes right here at the edge, and we're going to stretch it. Because why not? So we got that. Let's go ahead and hue and saturation this. Use a Scourgatron. Hopefully we'll see you around. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so I'm going to turn this green because it's green in the background, but then I'm going to also turn it dark because it's kind of a darker thing in the background, like that. So we're just trying to kind of get a rough feel of things here, and then it'll be a refining process. Brighten it up a little bit because I want to see some of that detail. Also brightening it up. Tree 2. Brightening it up will help the... Oh, wait, let me cut it out before I do that. Because the object selector works on contrast. It's a contrast-based thing. So if I don't have contrast, I'm not going to have that at all. Okay, so... Whoa, no cropping. Not cropping right now. Okay, so there's like a real thick tree right about here. So we'll do this. And I don't really want to stretch the bottom part. I just kind of want to stretch this top part here. So, oh, I didn't... Okay, that's an interesting byproduct. Oh, it still got it. It still got it. Nice. Oh, maybe I do want it over top. I think I do. What is the Ghosts of Onyx book about? It is about this fellow right here, Kurt, being recruited to train a whole bunch of Spartans that are made to be kind of disposable. They're supposed to be quicker to make, quicker trained, and semi-disposable to just be thrown en masse at problems. Oh, interesting. Okay. And then their training facility on the planet Onyx gets attacked, and Linda... No, not Linda. Wait, no, that would be... One of these would be Fred, wouldn't it? I don't know, I'm getting mixed up of who this is supposed to be. But anyway, some of Blue Team, Master Chief's buddies show up, and they end up having to fight off a bunch of Forerunner stuff, a bunch of Forerunner tech, and a bunch of Covenant all at once. But I don't want to say too much more, because it's worth reading, and I don't want to spoil too much. Scotty Z70, thanks for stopping by. Okay. Whoa, no thank you. I don't want to move Spartans right now. We want just like greenery here. Honestly, we're probably just going to be doing greenery all up and down. Vertical. Yeah, we're just going to be doing a lot of greenery. Because, yeah, that background bit is basically just greenery. Army Men Productions, welcome! Alright, let's take a step back. Huh? We're getting there. We're getting somewhere anyways. I do think we are going to need a darker... a pretty dark green rectangle here at the base, though. Oh no! I put it in between the clipping mask. Okay, we're gonna do an even darker green. Also, what is my... Why do I have my edge round? Edge... I don't want edge rounding. Okay, so we've got that. Wait, this needs to be over everything, doesn't it? Yes, it does. It does indeed. Okay, so then we're going to blend this a little bit. Whoa, wrong way. All right, that's good because so something I've noticed with these book covers is they tend to just kind of disappear into like blackness down at the bottom. Multiversal Hazy might be a bad time, but can I borrow a couple $100? Hasbro decided to Hasbro and move a bunch of pre-orders up. What pre-orders did they move up? I'm curious now. I'm gonna Control C, Control V that. And we're gonna use this in the background. No! No! Release the clipping mask. Okay, so then we're going to have another tree. Now, this is a little bit warped outward, though. So... very, very bent tree. Daredevil, Punisher, Retro Sandman. I know I should have stayed with Mega. They never wronged the community. Alright, alright, alright. Alright. Okay, this needs to be dealt with. Woo, that is a big brush. There we go. Perspective. Ooh, no. Warp is what I want. Hey, there we go. Alright, so we got the curved tree. That needs to be right in front of this fella's face. Whoever that is. It could be Fred, it could be Kelly. It might... I think that's Kelly. Get rid of that hard line. Spanish? I unfortunately do not speak Spanish. Okay. So this should be lighter, actually. Yeah, like that. I'm gonna do another. I'm gonna do another bunch of bushes here. Joking. I figured, yes. But yeah, this is honestly coming together a bit smoother than I expected it to. Granted, we're not actually into the really difficult part just yet. The real difficult part is going to come when I start trying to do things like color corrections. One of my thoughts on the new blockies, Wheels, and Jurassic World. Wheels, fantastic. The Jurassic World stuff looks really cool, although I will say I'm a little confused about the lack of, like, paint work on a lot of them. I'm not really sure what they're doing there. Okay, there's that. I guess it's really, I just need to keep filling out the leafage here because there's just a lot of leaves. Okay. Then we're gonna need a bunch more trees. Okay, yes, it's fine. It's fine if you turn the filters off. So we're gonna turn this into a skinny tree. Bring that a little closer. Okay. And then we need another... Whoa! Hold up! That's not what I wanted. We'll make this be a little bit wider. And it's also going to be a bit... No, it's going to be a bit warped. Oh. Convert to a smart object. No. We'll rasterize that first. Convert to a smart object. There we go. Actually, first I'm going to flip it horizontally. Then we are going to warp it. There's something called puppet warp, and it's something I need to learn because I think it's actually pretty useful, but I just don't know it. It might be helpful here. Although I think it's more, puppet warp is more for people. Dog96 plays. Welcome. Ooh, okay. I'm going to have to erase some of this. Okay, cool. That's fine. Maybe I'll use this over here. This needs to go... This needs to go down underneath this. Angle it outward like this. And then it's like cut off. So I'm just gonna... Just chop that off. Yoink. Alright. Blocky's Wheels, Optimus is the one I'm most excited for. Though it is a very, very fine looking version of Optimus, I have to say. Okay, it definitely needs to be straight, more straight up and down here. Like so, and then I think there needs to be more greenery. Whoa! Tiny greenery! Now this needs to go all the way down. Okay. No, not that far down. Still needs to be in front of the tree. Okay, cool. Alright. We're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. Now... It's mostly... I gotta fill out the trees in the back first. There's like some really skinny ones. Squash that real far down. So we've got that. And then we need another thicker one. Yeah. Actually bring that down because I don't really want to see the... I don't want to see the base, the stump section right now. Alright. We do actually need another tree back over here. This needs to go farther down, please. Go ahead and save because it would suck. You guys might genuinely see me cry on stream if we lost all the work now. That would be... Ugh, I don't even want to think about it. Yeah, that's fine. And then we do this. Now, we're getting into the section of the editing where I probably should start messing with the colors and stuff of the tree. So luminance, greens. This should be lighter. Oh, doesn't that count as green? What does it count as right now? Okay. Maybe that's not the way to do it. Maybe what we need is the hue and saturation again. Lightness. Yeah. Now, I do probably need to add some blur. Huh, that's a little weird. I might need to start converting these into smart objects. Yep, that's what I need to do. Although, they're not actually that blurry. They're more blended. Or maybe, perhaps, I just translucent it. You know what? Do I have mist? Clean stream and now the cry stream. Let's see. fog stock image. Because I just realized there's some fog in the background. And we want to kind of have that. Go ahead and drop that in. So we've got, this needs to go up pretty far. Not above the Spartans though. So you see there's like fog curling around everywhere. So we're gonna blend this. Yeah. Ooh. Toxic fog. We don't really want it to be light. We just want it to be like that. Maybe I do need to color it a little bit of green though. Maybe. Let's see. Oh, yes. Tint that green. Yeah, that's better. That's a lot better, actually. Okay, so then we're going to blend this, but what do you mean the selected layer is hidden? Yes, please. I'm going to blend that at the edges and stuff. Stretch it out a bit. Fog. What do you mean? Photoshop changed the way that layers are selected in the like last couple updates, and it's a bit frustrating. Okay. Oops. Give me the tree. Where's the tree? Which tree is this? Okay, we'll turn off the fog for a split second. Okay, it's layer 14. Bent tree. Okay. Let's turn the fog back on. I find it helpful to like keep the layers and stuff turned on as I go so I can really get a feel for how things are coming together. So we got a few more leaves to add. No! Okay. I need a few more. Okay, the fog really is getting in the way. Copy that. And there's another skinny one like right about here. Here-ish. And then there's another... Don't show this again. There's another one like here. I realize they start to get weird when you stretch them too much, but I don't know that that really matters because of the way I'm going to be blending them. Now, actually, I think this one's supposed to be thicker than it actually is. It's hard to tell because everything gets just indistinct in the background. Okay. So we got that. Now the trick is... Actually, I think there might be one more tree. Maybe one like this size. It's like back here, but it's gonna be real indistinct. Maybe I'll blur that one a little. Oh, hang on, it's not a smart object, so the mask is not interacting correctly. Okay, that's a bit much. Yeah. Okay, then what I'm gonna do, go back down to my clipping mask here. The blacks, I think, are still too black. Crank those shadows up. Yeah, perfect. Now this, do I blur the edges? Yes, I do. I do, in fact, blur the edges. No, the title needs to go up. Move that farther down. This point, I'm kind of just guessing. 50 minutes and it's pretty much finished. Oh, we ain't finished yet. But yes, it is actually coming along quite swiftly, all things considered. Oh, is it? Where's the reclaimer symbol or the domain symbol here? Main forerunner. That needs to be higher, right underneath the title. We're just using this to cover up crap. All right. Now, I could just say, yeah, we're there, but we're not, because we can do better. Because I have done better. We're gonna need some background texture, because the background is rather textured here. Oh, let me turn the fog back on, because that'll help. Where's my fog? Fog. All right. And we want texture, and we want something like this, I think. Now, it's probably the wrong color here, to be honest, but that's okay. We can change that. Something like this, but we don't want it to be very bright. Oh. Yeah, we're getting somewhere with this. What else do we have? What other options? Oh, that's weird. So we had, what was it? All right, something like that. I want to up the texture of this a bit. We'll vignette it a little bit and turn the whites down. Okay. There's a lot of like forerunner-y texture at the top. I don't think I'm going to bother with that just because it's a different logo entirely, but I'm trying to make a bit of consistency here. Okay. Okay. So now let me tweak the trees more. Oh, that's gonna get in the way though. So let me tweak the trees before doing that. So this one needs to be darker. Like a dark let's see, what dehaze it a bit? Yeah, like this. Saturation. Maybe a little greener. Yeah. And this one needs to be a little lighter than that one, but not a ton. So we got some more ODST playing. Okay, like this. Now, I will need to try and make this a bit indistinct. Probably with a blur. So let me convert this to a smart object. And then we will blur that. That's too much blur. We just need a little bit of blur. Just a wee bit. That still is too bright, I think. I think. Alright, this one may also need a slight blur, but this needs to be even more slight. Okay. Epic piano. Oh, maybe that is... Maybe we are almost on the same sync here. And then this one might be the proper amount. No, it needs to be a little darker. A little darker. Then this little tree needs to be, I think, actually a little lighter. Yeah, because we're getting towards the light source. Again, the light makes no sense. No sense. You need to reread the book. Honestly, I'm probably going to reread it now that I'm making this because it's been a little bit since I read it. And I just read Cole Protocol, but I don't have any of the other books, so why not reread Ghosts of Onyx? Okay, and then this one needs to be really pale. Make it... okay, smart object that, and then this one also needs to be blurred. Yeah, perhaps. And then do the same. It looks a little washed out. Read. You want me to read while I'm editing? I don't know that I have the brain power for that. Did that do anything? Okay. Now let's deal with this little stinker here. Yeah, it needs to be very green. We also want this to be a smart object. I need to save. Alright. And we'll field blur that. Again, a little much. We don't want them smearing around. And again, it's a little bit washed out. We'll dehaze that. We'll add a little bit of saturation back in. We'll darken it again. And then maybe I'll just make it a bit more translucent. Oh, yeah. We're getting somewhere. Is that actually a tree? I don't know. I think maybe this one needs to be bumped over to here. It's so hard to tell if there is one here. We'll assume that there is, and I'll just make it really, really light. Oh, I could just have been doing the saturation here. That actually works better. Oh, wait. Smart object. Okay. Yes, but also no. It's a bit too saturated now. Or maybe it's too vibrant. Something like that. And then we will do that. And this one is pretty close. I'm going to just blur it a little bit more. Now, again, this is the part where I'm kind of taking some creative liberties because that's not really how it looks. If that makes sense. But also, it's so indistinct back there that it's a bit hard to pinpoint exactly what's going on. Okay. Now the big question is, how do I blend what's back here? I need like almost like a black. I have a new layer. Whoa. Okay. Now, you know, maybe we don't make it so that you can see much from it. We'll just fade it a bit. Like the Spartans are taking up a lot of space. Maybe I need to make them a little bigger. More greens. Yeah, we might need more greens. Get rid of the line. I think I need to make the Spartan, I think, is Kelly. A little bigger. I think I might need to... Yeah, I think I just need to make them all maybe a little bigger. And then I guess Kurt is probably about the right size. Yeah. Okay. Yes, yes. Now, what happens if we turn on this? Yeah. Okay. This is way too bright. But it is generally doing something similar to what I want. It's a bit... You know what? Maybe I turned it too green. Maybe that's a problem. Oh. I think that is a problem. Because that's starting to look a little better. Now it's a bit on the blue side. Maybe like this. Okay. Okay. Yes. Do I have an email contact downsized? My budget is for Mega is definitely very limited. I do have a contact email on the About section of this channel. So feel free to send me an email. I can't guarantee that I'm going to be like, yes, I will definitely take it. But I'm certainly interested in discussing it. Yes. All right, this is layering nicely. No, the fog needs to go away for a moment. Because now we need to do this. This needs to be... more green. A little lighter and a little more saturated. Look at that. Oh, no, that's already a smart object. And yeah, this is something. Wait, is this a smart object? Yeah, it is. I don't know why it's acting like it isn't. Okay, we got that one. This one is, I think, pretty much there. I just need to blur it. That one's also already a smart object. We'll let it be a little more visible. Yeah. All right, then these two need to be, well, the spiky one needs to actually not be so dark. We need it to be more green, a bit more saturated, a tiny bit lighter. And then we'll field blur it, but not that much because we actually want to be able to see the point on this one. So maybe I actually need to change the tree back here like this and then reduce that somewhat. Yeah, yep, that's what I want. And then this one just needs to be dark, pretty much. And we'll blur it a bit as well. Oh, this one's not a smart object. Gotcha. Okay. And then let's do the blur. A bit aggressive, perhaps. All right. So there's all that. I'm gonna make this one be a bit transparent there. Now, if we turn the fog and texture back on, this should all look a lot better. Yeah? It's getting there. It's actually very much getting there. So, now what we need to do is the greenery back here. Bush. Let's merge those. Boink. Merge those. We're just going to turn this into one big bush because I don't really want to go through and change all of this because this all pretty much needs to be the... Wait, where is this little fella? Oh, it's right above it. Okay, so this needs to be some good background noise while messing around with Optimus. He's incredibly posable. He is. He is indeed. Okay, so we're going to do... It's more about the lightness, isn't it? I think. And then if I do... Whoa, that's really mushy. And then if we go in here and we make the clarity go up, but the haze and darken like that. Now I have this big wad of leaves that can be kind of placed around just as like part of the background to add some texture. We won't blur it that much. That's a bit too much. Horizontal flip. This needs to go down. I think that's far enough down. Maybe I need to put that there and this one needs to go more up here. Because it's kind of, it looks like it's kind of a slope-ish. A slope of some kind here. So we're trying to recreate that a little bit. Okay. All this up here needs to, like... needs to become one. One giant bush. Yes. Yes. Alright. Now, once we make this one giant bush... boom, there we go. We're going to make this a lot darker. Because it is too bright. We're going to up this so you can still see it. But we're going to turn that down a little bit. And we're just going to, in general, make it darker. Alright. Turn 3 bushes into one. Well, it's more than 3 bushes. But in concept, generally, yes. I'm actually going to bring this up a little bit. Because I'm trying to cover stuff up. And then we might field blur it a bit as well. You can't actually see that much, and we might cover this up more with some more like shapes. But for the moment, we still need that. We still need that there to be. Oh, that's the other side. Okay, so then this is the right side large bush. Okay. That also needs to be dark, but not as dark. So we'll also still up the contrast and maybe lower the texture, actually. We'll darken it like to here. I think it could be a little darker, to be honest. A wee bit darker. Okay. That is the most in focus of all of it. Now, I do have an idea. What if I like, what do we have stylized? Oil paint? Oh no, that's gonna make it weird. Hang on. I don't think that did anything. Never mind. We're going to take the whites and the highlights. Oh, yes, the highlights needed to go down. Wait, who are these little guys over here? Hey, hold on. Hold on a minute. Well, now. We need... Where's the right side big bush now? These guys... Oh, I'm going to have to color them before merging them. So let me do that real quick. We'll do the same stuff as before. Crank that up. We're going to take the whites and the highlights way down. And we're going to darken that down. Perhaps a bit darker even. There we go. Okay. We're going to add that to the right side large bush. So then we've got that. Now, I do think I might just field blur it a little bit. Primarily because we just don't... The focus is not on the bushes. The focus is on the Spartans. And on the cover, everything is kind of like slightly sketched out and indistinct other than the Spartans. So... I kind of use blur instead because I can't quite get the same sketch sort of look. So then if we do this, look at that. We're getting somewhere. We're actually getting, we're very much getting somewhere. I think, well, we might need some bushes in front of the fog. What if we make this kind of reach up? Yeah, actually, yes. That's pretty good. Now, this is the problem, but it's okay. We'll get to that. That's not the problem yet. What we need to do next is we need to turn all of these bushes into one big bush. So we can make it darker. Save again, because again, I do not want to mess this up. I do not want to lose my progress. Okay, that's not good. We just need all of this. Merge layers. Left side big bush. Excellent. Excellent. We really are starting to get there. Now, we're going to take this big bush, and we are going to do basically the same process as... Wait, hang on. No, we're missing a few still. Oh, I see what's going on. Yep, there we go. Now we're all one big unit. And then we're going to do the same thing here. And then we will, in fact, blur it somewhat, but again, not that much. We just need some. And then I want to turn the whites into highlights. Whoa, that might be a little much. Okay. Now, I think mostly it comes down to getting these. We need more of this, like back over here. Now that is too bright for sure. But I'm just gonna like darken that down like that. I think it's also slightly too blue or something. I don't know. Ah, yes, that's more like what I want right now. Move that down a little farther. Because now this is just turning into ground texture, basically. Which is good. Which that's what I'm aiming for. Because we don't want it to... Oops. We don't want it to look like it's just a colored shape anymore. Holly Wareham 6810. Welcome. Or if you've already been here, hello there. Okay. Wait, that's actually pretty good. That's actually quite good. Now, the issue is this stuff back here, I think is... Is it bad, though? Here, hang on. I need to turn back on the fog and the texture. No, I'd actually say that's pretty good. I might bring in the texture again. This texture. This time, we're going to put it on this ground. Okay, Still want it to be a little bit of green. Do we want it to be green? Yes, we do want it to be green. Like this, but it kind of desaturated darker green. And we'll bring that right up to like here. The texture's not really over the Spartans, nor is it over the bush. Divide is a bit intense. This might be the play. So we'll do this. Like this. Then we also want to erase a bit over here to make the lighter ground sections stand out a little bit. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. What I do want to do, though, is over everything add another like this, and then we'll blend mode that. Okay. And then we will gradient this. Woo. Yes! I love it when a project comes together the way I was hoping. What do you mean? Make sure the line is gone. For here. No, that's... No, that... Okay, that is. Let's make sure that... Yeah, there was... It's definitely a bit too blue. Let's see. Color levels? No, that's the... Color balance. Oh, yes. That's what I was looking for there. Okay. This is good. This is very, very good. The fog. The fog is not quite what it needs to be. But it's getting there. The layers are selected. I was literally selected on the fog. Okay. So now it comes down to the Spartans. So Kurt's going to need the most work at the moment, I think. Actually. But now he matches the other ones. So that's actually fine. So what we're going to do here, because this is, again, it's very awkward light. So I just want basically the arm. That's right. It does that. That's fine. That's fine. Might need to convert these to smart objects, though, to avoid having to cut out every little bit again, because I'm going to have to do this a couple times. Because I couldn't get the light exactly right. I don't have the... I don't have the equipment necessary to do, like, the small lights pinpointed like that. So... Convert to smart object. Convert to smart object. So I'm going to fudge it a little bit. So now we've got the arm. And you can see on the reference picture, that arm is very bright. So I'm going to make the arm brighter first. So we're going to just up the contrast, highlights. That might be all we need. So we've got the lighter arm, which means now we can take our Spartan. Actually, let me grab the visor too, because I don't want the visor to really get that much darker. Because excuse me? Any darker and we're going to start not being able to see the face. Also, it's very weird to me still to like think of a Spartan wearing that armor not as chief. Okay. That is basically what I wanted. Now, the part we just need to refine here is the edges, because light doesn't just kind of like spill everywhere. Okay. Now I could also try blending this a little bit and seeing what that does. Oh! Ha, yeah. Yeah. That looks a lot more like actual light. So, with that in mind, I'm going to try something solid color, black. Oh, I need a mask though, don't I? Okay, hold on. Wait, what did I select? Select and mask. Layer mask. Okay. This is something I just learned, and it might help me here. Okay, clipping mask. Drag this up to here. Control I. Oh, that did help with the edges a little bit. It did. But the problem is now I have to, like, merge. Oh, that actually wasn't too bad. What is... No, that's the fog. That's the fog. I don't want a hard line visible at all. Even if it doesn't actually turn out to be visible, I just don't want it there. Animation Spartan, welcome. Holly Wareham, thank you. We're getting there. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting there. Might need to change. Well, we're working on... Oh, I just poured some water on myself. That's nice. We're working on this part now. I need to stay on one Spartan at a time. So we've got the pointing hand here. Like this. And then the light. I've kind of already got the light here. That's generally... Oh, I wasn't on the Spartan. Okay. We're going to do that. And then we'll brighten it up a little bit. Like this. And then we will also do the blending mode. Oh, we're not quite lined up here. We do need to be exactly lined up for this to work. Okay. And then we'll do the same thing as before, where we feather the edges here with the eraser. Okay. Well, the leg, I should probably do the leg. We'll just cut this out by hand here. Because we don't really want the gun. The gun isn't being lit up much. Extra hydrated. Yes, very much extra hydrated. Okay. Then we will do this and up the highlights and up the whites. Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, I don't even know. I'll try blending that anyway. I think I'm going to leave that. We just need to feather the edges again. Ta-da. Okay. And then we have Kurt here, who might need the same treatment. Oh, you know what I do need to do, actually? I need to take this part of the Spartan and make it darker. Bring the whites and the highlights down. Yeah. That is what I need, but I think I want to... Well, actually, the gun is probably fine. I don't want to do the whole Spartan. We gotta strike a balance between being accurate and losing detail, because I want the Spartan to be still visible. Whoa. Also, we are misaligned. Let us fix that. Alright. And then we're gonna darken this even more. Almost to the point of having no detail. Yes. And then we're gonna make a bigger eraser and feather that out more. Yeah. There we go. The shadow. We got the shadow. Perfect. Now, for Kurt, we are going to once again... No, just give me the whole... Just give me the whole... No! What are you selecting? Huh? Yes. There we go. Select and mask. Layer mask. Basically, what I'm doing here is I'm trying to make sure that there's no... There's no white on the edges, like left over from my backdrop. Yep, that does it. That does what I wanted it to do. Excellent. Now, he has the most light out of anybody on him. So that will be a little trickier. Does Megaburb still sell? He does off and on. He's usually in the Discord server selling, though. And Instagram. If you look up Megaburb on Instagram, you should be able to find him. Okay, so let's see. He's got light hitting his knee here. He's got light hitting his arm up to his shoulder. He's got light hitting... I don't know if I'm going to bother with that because of the way... So on the cover, his other leg is like much more forward, and since the Mega figure cannot do that, we're not going to bother with that. Because that would just look odd. Because we don't want to mess up... We don't want to mess up the way light works. So we're going to use this. We're going to go make that brighter. Bring the highlights and the whites up. Okay, so we've got that, and then let's do the blending mode change. I don't want it to be too intense here. Might be too intense, but we'll see. Also, hang on a second. We are not misaligned. We are misaligned. This is not where it should be. Okay, cool. Isaiah Jeremiah Z8Y. Welcome. We're going to get our feathering tool, also known as the eraser, back. Because we don't want any of those hard lines. The hard lines will be what ruins the effect here. Okay. Wait, how is it? Oh no! Oof. I did not realize the leg was misaligned when I merged the layers, so we had a perpetually misaligned leg. Oops. Easily solved, but... No, don't move that. Where's that? Okay, there we go. Let's feather this. Okay, I mean, that's pretty close, I think. Now the head. The head also needs it. The head gets it kind of just across the top, mainly. Obviously, it's not the exact same, but they did a recreation of this art using Halo Infinite stuff. And that's essentially what I'm doing here, because there's no SPI. Favorite Cybertron mode for Optimus? The War for Cybertron one is pretty darn good. Okay, bring up the shadows and the blacks. Even out that. Bring that up. Okay. I think that's the color dodge is a little bit intense. Is that lined up right? And then I'll do like that. Okay. It's a bit of a hard line over the visor, I would say. Okay. So, let's go back to this here. It does look pretty good. Alright, so with Kurt here, let's make a little folder specifically called Kurt. So, wait, what? Okay. We're going to duplicate these. We are going to merge them. Erase all the rest of these. And now we need to make him fit into the scene more. Let's hue and saturation this first. Hold on. Let me undo that. I just realized this head bit here. It's not quite right. Oops. I'm erasing the wrong thing. This is what I want to be erasing on. Okay. Still has a bit of that line, but I think that's just part of what I already shot. Let's change the color of him. He needs to be yellower. He's fairly saturated. We'll up his clarity a little bit. We'll take the texture down slightly though. The hue of the green. Okay. I think the visor needs to pop a little bit more. Hey, what if we blend? Not too shabby, not too shabby. Definitely need to clean up the edges a little bit. Yep, that's pretty visible. Now, for whoever this is, the person that I think is Linda. Mostly because of the armor type. Wait, let me look. Yes. I think it's Linda. I'm going to assume it's Linda, so I'm going to make a folder called Linda. Could be wrong. And then I'm going to make a folder. Oh wait, that's in there. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna make one called Kelly. Cool. Perfect. I will double check that. Who is on the cover of Ghosts of Onyx? Oh, it's Will? Oh, that's not Kelly. It would be Will. Okay. So that's Will. So Linda, this one is obviously Linda because she didn't get her armor upgraded quite the same way. The visor here also needs to be color changed. Merge. William. Is that a reference to something? Because if it is, I'm not getting it at the moment. Okay, we've got a visor. Let's reattach it where it should go. And let's take it over here. It needs to be way yellower, like a yellowy green. Like that, and then let's blend it. Maybe we don't need to blend it, actually. To be honest. No, I don't want to erase that. And then there's a little bit of lightness here that I kind of want to just... Oh, that's there. Oh, all right, that's an easy fix. That it's on there. Progress of this is getting cool. Yes, we are making good progress. That's up here. Going the wrong way. So I actually quite like overall how these two Spartans look. I think Kurt's not quite there yet. I'm gonna continue assuming it's Kurt because it would make sense. Are the Halo books any good? I mean, I enjoy them quite a bit, to be honest. I think they're pretty cool. I've liked all the ones that I've read. Actually, on Linda here, I think I want to select the gun. And dehaze it a bit. Well, now it's just kind of blue. I don't want it to be blue. You didn't even know there were books? There's a lot of books, actually. There's quite a few. Ah, no. There we go. Then perhaps I just desaturate it a little bit. Are there any questionable content? If you read Contact Harvest, that has some questionable content in it. But the rest of them were pretty good. There's a few bits of language here and there. But other than that, the rest of them are good. But yeah, Contact Harvest has the questionable stuff. All right, let's add some of the lights here because I'm gonna add a light right here. Yep, that's exactly. And I will take some liberties with this other arm in terms of the position. So we got that. Now, here's a way to make it look more like it's glowing. Ooh, we have this glow. Do you even want to know it's in Contact Harvest? It's just a sex scene. It's not the worst thing ever. It's just if you're looking to avoid that sort of stuff, I mean, I would not recommend it to anybody who is not older. Okay, and then yeah. Bit more glow spread because it's in the darker section. Actually, that might have been too much. Yeah, I think that was too much. Hang on. Yeah, we'll do it like that. And maybe I just make both of these a little dimmer. Oh, and here's a technique. You can make something brighter by blending it like this. So we get a gray. We'll do a dark gray. We'll slap it on like that, and then we'll do blend like this. And then if we severely Gaussian blur it, now we just have some extra ambient light in the area. Got it. Knee lights. So we got some knee lights here. So we're going to make up some knee lights. Last detail, the lights are on the lights. What? Question, what is the best Halo Infinite Marine or set of Infinite Marines? My personal favorite Halo Infinite Marines are from the Banished Garrison pack. I think those are the best. Those are the coolest, in my opinion. That's a bit big. I think I made those lights too big. Let's get rid of that. How big are they actually supposed to be? They're supposed to be little. These are little lights. Yeah, that's more. That's more like it. So we'll do that. Pop this. Oh, it's so small. Then we'll do this. Blur that some. No, not a field blur. I just want the Gaussian blur. Yeah, so we can do that. And then I'll do the gray layer. Like that. Do we need color dodge or can we use something else? That's good. You have 9 or 10 of those ones? Those ones are awesome. I think I have 2. Also, the Halo Infinite Desert Marines are pretty awesome. Alright, Will, because Will looks pretty darn good in terms of the lighting. We just need to get the light here. Okay. And then we'll do another pass here. Whoop. can be messier because we are just going to make this glow. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. We'll do the gray bit just to make it look a little more complete anyway. All right, maybe this little light needs it as well. Put the gray layer on there. Yes, that does for sure add a bit more glow. Now the question is it too much glow? No. Well, actually, I think it was. It takes some of the detail out. Okay, so we've got that. We have a few things still. You read the content. I warned you, okay? I fully warned you, and you chose to read it anyway. I don't say I didn't warn you. Okay, let me turn off this and this. And this. Find this bush. This bush needs to be a bit blurred. It's staring at me and going, ugh, right in my face. It's too sharp, too clean. Maybe it just needs to be darker. Perhaps it must be darker. Might just need to be more blurred, to be honest. There we go, okay. Maybe I do want it just like this. Okay. That knee. It is correct there, but that does look a little weird. Maybe just bump Will up a little bit? No, Will would be actually angled forward, if anything. Like here. Maybe I just need to make that knee darker. We shouldn't put that stuff in a Halo book. I'm not saying I'm for them putting it in there, but also Halo is meant to be a mature audience thing, so I understand why they did. Like I said, most of them don't have it, but it's about that one book is about Sergeant Johnson, so I mean, you can understand why they put that sort of thing in a book with Johnson. Hey, Flames! Thanks for stopping in. Maybe I need to do the edge thingamajig for Will. Here, we'll duplicate it. Just in case this goes wrong. The games are pretty tame. It reads like terrible fan fiction. That was written by Joseph Staten himself. He wrote that. So, all I'm saying is, anytime somebody says that Joseph Staten knew exactly what to put in Halo, he didn't. He had a few moments where he didn't know what he was writing. Oh yeah, right. That's clipping mask. Yoink. Yes. Invert. Oh wait, I just realized. Let me set this to... I have it set to top messages. I want to see live messages. Oh, Flames, you're back. You're back already. I'm going to do a little pass here because I don't like how light the top of this looks. Okay. So, I think we're doing pretty good. I just am not happy with how Kurt's looking. Word of him. If you're going to do something, at least do it tastefully. Yeah, he certainly did it a way. The rest of that book was pretty darn good. I enjoyed it for the most part, but yeah, that bit was a little eh. I will say I do appreciate that he put it at the end, because at the very least you can skip it without missing a ton of the story. Excited for the coming Toymation. Oh yeah, that one is another pretty big one, isn't it? Bush. Oh. Okay, that's obviously a bit too much here. Much sharper brush. You gotta read this. You're currently reading Legacy of Onyx? Wait, there's Legacy of Onyx? Kurt, can you use some more shadows? Yeah, I need to do the light. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and redo the light on him, and then perhaps do some more shadows. Okay. So, maybe I'm going to try something a little different. We're going to try the gray thing here. What was my favorite part from Halo 3? I haven't gotten to Halo 3 yet, so I can't technically comment on that. Don't have much interest in playing 4 and 5. Bread Studio, if you have access to 4 and 5, I'd play them because like they're Halo, so why not? What do you think? What company would make Halo instead of Mega Constructs? Personally, and again, I'm kind of biased here, but personally, I would love to see Blockies pick up Halo. I think they would do great. I think that would be absolutely sick. All right, so we're gonna color part of the shoulder here. We're gonna color this part here. Color along the top here. Maybe a little bit here. And then here. Like this. And then we blend. Okay. What about Reach? Reach. What was the best part in Reach? Honestly, the tank section. I love the tank section. That was so much fun, and it did not last nearly long enough. I think I got my tank blown up pretty quick. But I love the tank section. Okay. We're getting somewhere. What if I duplicate this? Like, just try to intensify it. Wait, where? Okay. Let me just undo that. Let me actually just duplicate it. Yeah. That's a lot better, I think. Blockies forever. Yes, indeed. Gotta go. Sorry for leaving so soon. Don't apologize. This is one of those streams where popping in and out is totally fine. I mean, it's always totally fine, but this is even more fine. So, thank you for stopping by at all. Nice to see you. Gonna do that a little bit. Feather that out. And we're gonna go ahead and merge these. Oh, no! It's fine. I think that's what we were at. Oh, no, never mind. That's actually... Okay. We're going to get rid of a little bit of that. A little bit of that. And now let's take the base Kurt here. Oh. Come here. There we go. Gets 360 no. Do I like saving ODSTs? I don't know if I've saved as many ODSTs, but part of what I really loved about Halo Infinite, the campaign, was I loved going and saving all of the, like, Marines in distress. That was a lot of fun. I love that about Halo Infinite. That was so cool. Like, genuinely, that was so cool. Cat should have ducked. Well, hard to duck something you don't know that's coming. Alright, let's get the visor here because it's much, much too reddish orange. As much as I love the shade of this visor, it is not the right... Ah! Wait, no. Don't move the light. No, wait, that's not actually lined up, is it? Okay, there we go. Now, let's change this up. Oh, let me zoom out first so I can actually see the rest of them, because I want the visors to match. Wait, what am I selected on? Why am I selected on a bush? How did I get out of the Kurt folder? No, give me the visor. Thank you. Yeah, something more like that. Yeah. Now, I think I want Kurt's legs to be darker. What's my least favorite Halo game? CE. I did not enjoy Halo CE. The story for CE, pretty good. I loved The Flood. The book was great. I dislike the gameplay a lot for CE because it just felt like such a slog. It felt so samey to me. The weapons didn't feel that helpful. Like I struggled whenever I didn't have like the Magnum or whatever. And I know it's like, oh, skill issue. Yeah, I'd never played the game, but the game didn't make me want to play it again, if that makes sense. That might be a little too much. better. Oh, I forgot. The knee needs some light. Holly Wareham, thank you for stopping by. Have a great rest of your evening. Or, I don't know what time it is for you. Great rest of your day. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. No. Give me... Okay, we'll turn that off for a second. Give me this. Okay. So it's brighter now. But we're not done yet. Okay, I think that is correct. And then we'll blur this actually. Brush a little harder. We really don't want... This is not supposed to be glowing. I'm just using this to make some light on the spot. Heck, I might... Some people that say skill issue and mask the fundamental problems of a game. I mean, yes. Especially if they enjoyed it. I know there were so many people that they enjoyed CE a lot, and it was part of their childhood, and so they don't really want to. They don't really want to hear anything bad about the game. But it definitely does kind of just discount, like, oh yeah, so not everybody loves the same stuff, and also, like, if you're not introduced to the game at a young age, which I was not. I didn't get into the Halo scene until a lot later. So I don't have the nostalgia to help me, like, gloss over the parts that are rough. So that part just wasn't fun. It just wasn't. And I don't know. I still get people pretty mad at me for that, that take of, like, yeah, CE's bad. Like, if I want to play something CE-like, I will actually go and play Halo Infinite, because Halo Infinite has a lot of, like, the CE stuff to it. That is not working. Has a lot of the CE stuff, like at least to me, some of the feel, if the feel were good. I don't know. People talk about the atmosphere of CE and how amazing it was, and I don't know. The parts that people say were so atmospheric, were mostly just dark. I didn't get the atmosphere. It just felt like I couldn't see what I was doing, and that wasn't fun. So, I don't know. It just wasn't enjoyable. It's not one that I really plan on replaying. And it's definitely... It's annoying that, like, Halo fans can't... They can't handle the idea that somebody would not like CE. Holy crap. How dare you not like CE? Without CE, there would be no Halo. Which, that to me... yeah, I understand. I understand that without CE, there would be no Halo. Cool, great. I can appreciate that. I'm glad CE was a thing. I'm not saying CE should have never been made. I'm saying I didn't like playing it, and I won't play it again unless I really, really have to. I'm not I don't understand why CE being the first Halo game requires me to like it. It just doesn't make sense. How did I get into Halo Mega before I played Halo? So I saw Forward Unto Dawn, the movie, which if you have not watched the Halo movie, Forward Unto Dawn, please go do that. I think it's free with ads on YouTube. It's so good. It's amazing. And it made me go, huh, maybe Halo is kind of interesting. Because before I thought it was just kind of like one of those overrated shooter games. Then I saw that and I was like, wait, this is actually pretty cool. So, I was like, you know, I have some Halo figures. I'll take some photos of them. And they were McFarlane figures. And I realized very quickly that I did not like McFarlane figures very much. They just do not pose well. And I was like, oh, I want something that poses better. Well, I found Mega. I binged a bunch of Jangbricks reviews and went, okay, maybe I've been too cruel on this off-brand Lego. Maybe I should try it. So I did. I asked my mom to pick me up one of the blind bags because my Walmart had stock. Can you imagine seeing stock in a Walmart? Crazy. And I did. I got the Battle for the Ark Marine. And the rest was history. Atmospherously dark? Yes. Yes. Not the dark. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't what I was hoping for. McFarlane, they look great. And I will say they are better than, like, Jazzwares, in my opinion. I think the Jazzwares figures look bad and pose bad, whereas McFarlane at least looks good. But yeah, they are somewhat on the statue side. They also tended to be fragile, especially the Halo. Especially the Halo figures. Like, I had a Kelly, but her wrist was broken. And I got that from my cousin that way, but I know he took pretty good care of it. So, yeah, it was just a bit fragile. Okay. Well, well, well. Would you look at that? I think we are getting very close. Now, I do think that... Where is this? This. We need to go into... There's some red here that I don't want. Or is it orange? Yeah, it's orange. There we go. That's better. Okay. So we've got our Spartans. I think they're looking pretty solid. Let's turn that on. Let's turn the fog on. And let's turn that on. So we have a little bit of weirdness happening here because of the way that I chose to do this. Foot vertical. It is brighter. That's the thing. The ground is brighter there. But not that bright. The termination line there is a little weird. Jazzwares McFarlane feels like trash versus garbage. Pick your poison. That's basically the way I feel. Although, again, if... Ooh, that's not what I wanted. If I had to pick one, then I would pick McFarlane. Because, again, they look pretty decent. Where's the big bush? Where's the big upfront bush? You know what? Maybe I'll just grab the big left side bush. We'll shrink it down. I've messed with this so much, I don't even know which way is supposed to be up at this point. I'm just trying to make a little bit of, like, edge here. A little bit of a harder edge. Brickman117 has a video talking about Yes, I did. I did start that. I'm not entirely sold on that, to be honest. I think that's, it still feels a little copish to me. I will be very happy if I'm wrong here, but I feel like they would have said something, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's not too long until the reveal of stuff, but we'll see. What if there's Black Series Halo? I feel like it'd be pretty close to like Jazzwares, although it might be a little better. Even now, people still don't think it's nothing more than bootleg Legos. The boot Lego scene is getting better and better all the time, so it may be that like it just takes a little longer for people to get used to it. Hard light or overlay? I think that's still correct. Maybe I just need to tweak this a little bit more. The highlights and the whites go down a bit. Actually, I think that's what I need. That's pretty close. That's pretty darn close. Okay. Now comes the big trick. Well, no, not really. Now comes another part, another phase. So I don't have the fonts exactly, so I just need to pick one that's like close enough-ish. Impact. I don't actually have that many fonts. I did not install that many fonts. Maybe that will work. And we want it to be green. Let's do... Hold up. What is this? What? Okay. Cool. We're good. Let's turn this green. Color overlay. We want kind of a... Okay, we got that. It's definitely got some very, very sharp edges. Might need to get a couple other fonts here. Wait, do I have Orbitron? What font is this? Unuvia Pro. Oh, I think that's actually a little better. We'll flatten it a bit and squish it a bit. It's not perfect, but we're not going to get perfect here. I will say, actually, okay, the E. Maybe I make an E. No. No, wait, not outer glow. Color overlay. So we do this, and then if we could perhaps make it an editable thing. I think that's too much. I think I chopped too much off. It's a bit more of a hack job than I usually do. Because now, what happens if I just shrink that down? Hey, that's passable. I think. Okay. That's passable. Again, it's not perfect. Wait, how did this get over top? All right. ODST Anthony, welcome. We are getting there. This is surely coming along. I don't even know if it's worth trying to save that. I'm just gonna turn this off. I need like do I have Orbitron? Orbit. I don't have Orbitron. Let me see if I can find it. Tron font. Orbitron might be a bit. It's a bit harder edged, but. Oh, this is annoying. No, I've dropped my book. I need the Orbitron. Might have to restart my program. That'll be a little awkward if I do. But I do need this font because it's the closest thing that I can think of to what we're actually trying to do here. So you dropped it, didn't even read. I have it, don't worry. I picked it back up. Text tool or okay, I'm probably gonna have to restart. No, I don't want that. We'll go ahead and close the program. Oh, it's gone. Ah, it's okay. We'll bring it back. Ta-da! Now, let's see if we've actually got what we need. Text. Haha! Orbitron black. Now, I have to figure out how to do this. Let's see. Ghosts. Yeah, don't worry. It was all part of the plan. So we're going to make this a little taller and a little bit more like this. No, I don't want to tilt it. So this needs to actually take up like a quarter of the screen here. No, actually not that much. Again, the sizing gets all weird. Wait, what happens if I field blur it? Okay. Let me move the Mega Edition thing, because I don't know yet where I'm putting this. Maybe just underneath the main title. That might be where it goes. Squish that a bit because it is rather squished on the font. Shreks, no. What are some Halo sets you wish would get remakes? High Ground. Assault on High Ground, for sure. Mostly, like, the like, landscape and structure stuff. But, yeah, Assault on High Ground in particular, I think would be really good as, like, a remake in the new style. Ooh, yes, black. Oh, that's what I needed to do. The black one, because the black one's like a bit thicker. Is this one done in the black? Yes, it is. Wait, this is Unuvia Pro. No, 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 no. Orbitron. Orbitron black. I knew it looked a little weird. There we go. Okay, let's properly do this now. Oh, I need to make sure this is correct. Is this actually the black version? Yeah, it is. And then this goes like right here. Okay. So we got this. And where is... Okay, we'll put it down here. Now this is supposed to be pretty... Excuse me. Pretty big. The X is supposed to be over the end there. Okay. Now, I am going to take a quick bathroom break, and we will come back. I don't think every game needs a remake. I agree with that 100%. We don't need constant remakes. We need new stuff. I wish I had like a loading screen or something for breaks like this, but I don't. So you guys can stare at this and see if you can see anything wrong. And then we'll finish. All right. What? Your drinking water isn't blue, it's green? I think that's called kryptonite juice. Oh, Odyssey Anthony, I did not see your message. What Assassin's Creed game are you playing? What? Oh, I had water in the top. That's nice. Okay. Just realized, do I try to Photoshop out this bit here? Here, let me try it real quick. Softened it a little bit. That's fine. Cool. Assassin's Creed 3. Nice. You've been playing with Mega Bloks for your entire life? I wish I had gotten into it sooner. Alright. So, the Ghosts of Onyx thing is a little weird because it's a translucent... So I'm gonna How am I gonna do this? It's translucent, but then there's a stroke around it. Can I just make this be a stroke and not just a solid color? To have text in Photoshop. Outline. Okay, hold on. So if we do, it'll be a stroke. Oh, that is a fat stroke. Or maybe the outer glow would be the way to go. Yeah, it would be. It would be. Now, that would be like a greenish blue. Almost like a white as well. Ghosts kind of translucent. Well, it's going to be theoretically all translucent. So we do this and then... Oh! Oh, wait, that's actually super easy. Oh, that's actually really easy. All right. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. The problem is now I need two... Okay. So if I do this... this, and then if we rasterize layer style, then I can do an outer glow again, make it be a bit more on the green side, the spread. Oh, well, that's a problem. Okay, did that for a while. What sets? I did. I said high ground. High ground was my main one. Isaiah Jeremiah Z8Y, thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I always want to say evening because it's evening for me, but I don't actually know what it is for you. Okay, we actually do need to rasterize a layer. Trying to connect these bits here. Oh, I do have to rasterize the layer. Ooh, okay. Okay, I'll turn off that then. Oh, no, I can't see. That's fine. There's a little bit of gymnastics that have to be done here, but it's okay. I think we'll get there. So that's a big thing, is the G and the H are attached. And the O and the N are attached. What are my thoughts on the Assassin's Creed mega sets that I reviewed? The Assassin's Creed mega stuff was so cool. I wish I could get more of it. It's just so expensive. But yeah, I think it's I think they're all really good sets. Like they have so many cool figures. Ghosts. Mattel is evil. Mattel is just a pretty typical greedy big corporation. I don't think they're particularly special in the way that they go about it. Shrink that down. Okay. And we're just going to slide this up to kind of get rid of the curve on the O. And voila. Oh, I just realized the N. Oh, well, that's a problem. I'm going to undo all of that. No? Name change. Okay. Onyx is supposed to have a... weirdly, a lowercase n. What is this font? Okay. 83. Let's try, like, 90. Ooh, that's not anywhere big enough. Let's try 120. Okay, that's too big. Let's try 112. So close. 108. I mean, Mattel's done a lot of things. But yeah, they basically killed off Mega. 106. No, maybe 108 was right on the money. Yeah, it is. Okay. That's weird. Oh, hang on. Is the Y a lowercase as well? It is. Ooh, that's going to be annoying. Because now I'm going to have to do that on a separate layer. Why would they do this? Because, yeah, to make this fit... No. Stole your taco in 1987. Wow. Mattel's been committing crimes for a long time then. I don't understand why they just chose to make these couple letters It's just so awkward. Okay, that looks generally spaced right. Okay. Then if I merge those layers. $1987. What's for? I don't know the brain rot context for that either. When you were little, you remember getting tons of the snowbound combat units? Were those the ones where they actually had the snow like on the feet a little bit? Because those were pretty cool. I'm still not the biggest fan of old articulation just because they were way more fragile overall, but they sure did have some nice decoration. Okay, I'm actually going to say Onyx here. It's FNAF. Oh, it's a FNAF thing. Oh, gosh. I hate FNAF. Okay. Now, the tricky bit. This might just be annoying, actually, more than tricky. So we've got this, right? That's looking pretty nice. Pretty nice. Although I do think I need to take these, space it downward a bit. And then maybe space it all upward. So cool. We have this. I think the of might be a little small as well. But we have... what color is it? It's like a green. It's kind of a green. Then we need a new layer. Needs to be beneath. Ooh, hold on. Hold on. Okay, beneath. And each one will get its own. And it's kind of like a whoop. Like this. And then we need to Gaussian blur it. We need Gaussian blur the absolute heck out of it. Like that. That might be a little too green, but we're going to run with that for now. But we need to get it out of the out of the inside here. Yeah, I don't know a quicker way to do this. You could play CE without knowing about the flood. And it might have made it more interesting. You broke 4 figures. Yeah, they are fragile. Those old ones. Oh, this is going to be annoying. But hey, that's what it looks like, though. So, the slog it is. At least with an F, it's a bit easier because it's all hard edges. Yeah, that effect is... Oh, I just realized. The Ghosts of Onyx that I popped up on screen is... Mine has a different... This is what I'm trying to recreate here. Oh, you can't really see it. But you see how it's like this glow? The one I popped up is a really generic looking one. I like what I'm doing better. Trek Snow. High Ground... It's such a photographic set, and like putting it into dioramas and stuff would be so cool. Different, yes. Maybe I can find Ghosts of Onyx. I found the boring one here. This is a lot smaller, but there's so many different editions of the Halo stuff that it's a little hard to keep up with sometimes. Here we go. See, this is mine. Maybe we'll just pop it in place of the other one for now. This one's a smaller, less high-res one, but there's a reference image. Yeah, I like this glowy bit. It looks cooler. It's just more difficult to properly achieve. Okay. So I have a little idea. Ho 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 ho! What am I doing? Stephen Lawrence, thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Yeah, we'll just do it to there again. Now, I have an idea. What if... No. Onyx. Oh, no, he's... Oh! No, there's no way to do this other than to just do it. I can't be lazy here. I just need to do it. I want it so badly to be lazy. One part. Oops. Yeah, sometimes there's just not a quick fix or a easy technique to get around these things. You just kind of have to do the brute work yourself if you want the end result. I think the O is maybe the worst, although the Y could prove to be the worst. We'll see. In terms of like the amount of clicks needed. Actually, the S is going to be the worst. Because it's almost all curves. Higher. Oh, there we go. Save again. Sentinels speak in Latin. I don't know. I need to reread the book. It's been a bit. I didn't love the way that he described the Sentinels, though. I felt like he tried a little too hard to, like, describe every facet, and it ended up feeling a little muddied. He's talking about, like, a little thing floating in between pylons, and I was like, can we not describe it that much? Just say floating robots. Like, we know what Sentinels look like. We don't need to have a angle for angle explanation. Okay, so we got that. And then we just need to do it for the ghosts part. No. Don't do that. Yeah, I think that's about right. Well, make it a little bigger. All right. Blah. All right, let's do this. Probably should do these two kind of separate. Okay. You can just pop a tiny illustration in if you want to get the point across. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking, especially if there is existing concept art or existing art in general. I don't know. That was the one thing I didn't like about the book. It made it harder for me to picture Sentinels in the guy's attempt, in Eric Nyland's attempt to describe them. And he's typically pretty darn good about stuff like that. Like, I've read a fair handful of his books, and I really like them. I would say he's probably one of my favorite authors. But yeah, that Sentinel description just didn't do it. Didn't do it for me. Okay, there's that one done. Another O. Of course, another O. Oh no, I forgot. I needed to do 2 edges here. Oof. So much clicking. Wasted. You know, when you're doing stuff like this on a long-term basis, or like a lot in a day, the amount of times you have to click really does start to matter. Okay. Bread Studios, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for sticking around so long. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Yeah, I'm going a little off kilter here. Okay, that's the O done. All right, let's see. How bad? Reason why the author described the Sentinels like that was to show they're fundamentally different. Interesting. Interesting. Still, I felt like it was a... I don't know. I couldn't picture what he was trying to describe. I could just picture the really simple shapes that he was describing. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. You've been here since the start. That's some dedication. I appreciate it. Like I said earlier, I know this is not the most thrilling thing to just watch. It's not gameplay levels of thrilling. But this is the process. Basically, every time I make a photo, I'm doing some form of this process. Usually it's not quite this involved because it's, you know, simpler photos, but yeah, I've done the same process for every one of the covers. My dream is to actually buy copies of the books and then recover them with the Mega Edition. That's my ultimate dream. At least for this book cover project, anyway. It's the last one here. And then we can go back to tweaking the color on the overall picture to try and make it look right. Oh, thank the Lord. Scratch MVH. Hello. Thanks for stopping by. Shrek Snow, what other things am I planning on recreating in Mega? Well, I'd like to work my way through most of the... Oh yeah, 73%. That's perfect. Most of the Halo book covers, or at least the classics. I don't know if I can do all of them, but oh my word, it worked. It worked. I think that's pretty good. I think I might need to bump Linda up. Yeah, that's better. It's not exact, but it's better. Okay, then with Kurt, I need his gun. His gun is a little weird. It's a bit red. What is that name? Transformers posters with blockies? Hey, I mean, if you've got some ideas, feel free to send them along, and I can always take a look at it. Something I'm open to. Okay, now it looks less red. Okay. Man, oh, I'm actually very happy about this. This worked out pretty stinking good. I think I need to turn this down even more. I think I just need to not the title. But I think I need to merge, duplicate, and merge almost everything. So this is going to be a big chunk of stuff. If I hadn't done this on my laptop, it would have been struggling so hard right now. So hard. It's pronounced Oyo, the Dark of the Moon poster. Oh, the tricky part about that is there aren't any Blockies human figures, so I don't know how I would do the human... Wow, that's ugly. I don't know how I would do the human figures. Alright, let's see. We want a more green look. Nah. Oh. That's not bad, actually. Here, hold on. It might be a little color balancers. Okay, wait, hold on. No, that wasn't the right choice. Just have them be Halo characters. I guess I could. Just pick random marine. OBS says it disconnected. That's not ideal. Oh, OBS says we're back again, so hopefully we're good. Okay, that's a start. That's a start. And let's take a look at the vintage. Ooh, that's really green. No, that's not it. Let's go to 100. Okay, for some reason his gun is still bothering me. It's too crisp or something. I don't know. It's a little better. Maybe it needs some light on top of it. Like this. A little bit on the barrel, a little bit on the top here. It's all along the top, really. I think I actually would be better off probably just cutting those sections out. Say all along the top like this. Okay. Now this, I do want the... It's not half bad. What other covers have I already made? I did Fall of Reach, I did The Flood, and I did First Strike. Those are all available on Instagram, but maybe I'll pop them all up at the end. Okay. I don't know. That's pretty darn good. I feel like I need to do more to tweak the color. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. I think my E is a little small. What do I need here? What do I need here? Hue. Yellows? I don't know, guys. What do you think? That might be what we need. Again, it's not exact one-to-one, but like I might call it. I think that might be. Yeah. It's good. ... Well, what's the ... Where what do we need to change here? Also, I think I probably will leave the Mega Edition little thingy up here. Because I don't know where else I would put it. I think that makes the most sense. Whew. The audio is cutting out? What's going on? Are we good? Are we still up? Let me pop this on. Oh, something ain't right. We all over the place here? Yeah. Yeah. That's strange. Interesting. I don't know what's going on here. Could just be my computer is a bit taxed. What's going on here? Well, that's new. What is a good thing that we're at the end of the stream? My audio may or may not work. So I'm going to go ahead and export this. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I don't get it. So I'll just be quiet for a moment. It's working fine. The audio caught up now? It's working. Oh, on my phone, it's still cutting in and out. I don't know what's going on, but I will just pop up all of the book covers. Oh boy, it's big. So there's that. Go ahead and quit out of Photoshop. It's giant again. There we go. There is first strike. It's not exactly the same size, but it's fine. They're big images to keep up the resolution. There is The Flood. That one took forever. I don't even know how much of this audio is coming through. If I've done one for Contact. Contact Harvest is next on the list. It is next on the list. And then we've got today's edition. Ghosts of Onyx. We've done it. Look at that. I don't even know if my audio is coming through properly because on my phone it's not. But yeah, it's still like jittering in and out. So I don't know how much of the audio is going to come through. Typically, I would pray out the stream, but given that the audio is just not really working, we'll just wrap it up. And I will say thank you to everybody for sticking around for this. And I am quite pleased with the end result. And I might do, more of these in the future. It's coming through all right? Really? Is it? Interesting. I guess the phone's not. Well, then I guess I'll pray out the stream like I usually do because I guess some people are able to hear it. So, Lord, just thank you for the opportunity and the means and the ideas for doing something like this. It's something I sometimes will take for granted, but I just want to thank you for this and just thank you for everybody who stopped by. I ask that you would bless them and be with them this weekend, give them a safe and enjoyable weekend. Just help us to not take for granted stuff like this, being able to make stuff like this, being able to watch stuff like this. I pray all this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. So I will probably be posting this all over the place, so you guys will be able to see it and take good close look at it. And the next on the list will be Contact Harvest. I don't know if I'll do Contact Harvest live or not. We'll see. But I'm pretty pleased with the result here. We started with just a couple pictures of Spartans and a picture of a mega tree and a mega leaf. And now we've got this cover. So, I'm heading off for now because it is almost 8 o'clock for me and I need to go eat dinner. There will be a stream of some sort tomorrow, but I didn't have time to make a thumbnail, so I might just pop up live at some point tomorrow. We'll see. I put a poll up on the channel as a post. Whichever thing won is what I'll be doing. So I'm going to go look at that. So thank you all for stopping by. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And I will see you guys next time.